Have you ever wondered if they knew the email marketing AI tools truly work, or are they all just a hoax? In this video, we'll discuss every step of the email process for email marketing. I'll share with you the best tools that use generative AI, which can greatly impact the bottom line, speed up the work, and reduce costs. Hi, I'm Ilya Cherepanov, a marketing expert with 12 years of experience. Recently, I've been at the forefront of generative AI revolution, exploring emerging tools that are reshaping marketing approaches as we know them. This channel is where I share my expertise working with generative AI. Here you'll find deep dives into the marketing processes, tool reviews, expert interviews, and much more. So without further ado, let's dive right in. In an average business, you can highlight 7 different steps in any marketing process. I divide them in 2 big categories: outbound email marketing and inbound email marketing. Let's start with the first one. The first step is contact sourcing. Here, you're looking for the contacts of your potential clients and verifying that they are accurate. The second step is email outreach. At this point, you're trying to reach out to the contacts that you sourced to see if they are interested in your product or service offering. Here you also have the third step of creating the content that you are using for the outreach campaigns. But for the sake of simplicity, I will skip this step for now. I'll talk about it later in this video. Usually email outreach used in B2B businesses because it's much easier to identify your targeted customers, and the average price of the product or service that you're selling to the businesses is usually higher comparatively when you sell it directly to the customer. These first 2 steps have only one goal in common: to bring new clients into your business. I'm combining these first 2 steps only because there is one tool that can do both of these functions and can help you achieve this goal. So this tool is called Lemlist. As you can see, it's an outreach tool that helps you basically find the customers that you want to engage with, create the multi-channel sequences for communication with emails and LinkedIn messages, collect the feedback, and then send them to your CRM. So let me introduce you to this. It's pretty cool, all-in-one solution. I really like it a lot. It's not been around for a long time, so not everyone knows about it. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. Let's start with the first section. It's called, so basically this platform has one of the biggest B2B databases of the contact lists. They have more than 450 million contacts, as they claim. Obviously, we didn't check, but it's quite a huge base. What's cool about it is that you can use different filters. As you can see, the leads that you didn't reach before, job titles, etc. So it's pretty much all the same filters that you will find in other platforms, like job descriptions or some skills or the companies they work in, country, and so on. So yeah, that's a really good thing that you can collect this data directly into this tool, and you don't need to transfer it to another one to send the messages. So it saves you time and helps you to keep track of everything that you have tested. So if you were looking for some segment users, it didn't work, you can expand that, or if it doesn't work, you can exclude from the same tool. So it's pretty nice to filter the audiences. So the next part, what I like about it is the multi-channel function. As I mentioned, you can set up the sequence of communication right inside, and you can use cold emails, like the first obvious tool with different custom parameters. You can see you can add the name of the recipient and the company and different data points from the first section, from the database of the contacts, so you can add them, insert into the messages. So it's pretty nice. You don't need to do it manually. You need to rewrite it and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Also, the great part, LinkedIn is one of the biggest sources of new leads for B2B especially. So Lemlist has a native integration with LinkedIn. What it means is that you can set up a multi-step communication process from the LinkedIn, then goes to the email, then goes back to LinkedIn. So it's pretty cool. As you can see, the sequence is like the person visited LinkedIn, you wait 1 day, then you send the invite, and so on. It basically uses 2 of the biggest outreach tools in one. It saves a lot of time again. You don't need to buy two different software tools for that. Also cool. And in addition, you even can add cold calling into that sequence as well. You need to use air call integration for that. It's not like natively built, but still, you basically have all the points covered. Either you're using email outreach, you're using LinkedIn outreach, calling outreach, everything in one place. So pretty nice, pretty simple. You can set up to 12 steps in the sequence. I think it's enough. So 12 touch points for one contact is, in my opinion, it's more than enough. Some people usually do 5 for emails, then they do like 3 for LinkedIn. So it's like 8, and you have 4 more for calling. I feel like it's pretty much the most you can do. Otherwise, you'll feel like it's already feels kind of like a spam. But if you add like even more touch points, it's gonna be like even the reaction could be even harsh from your potential clients. So I wouldn't recommend to you to do that. And also, even in the sequence, you can add some manual tasks for your team or for yourself, depends who does the work. Comment on social media posts, mention, etc. So pretty cool. And again, they have API set up for this tool as well. So you can send any event from your CRM, for example, on any tool, basically add it to the sequence. So if a person visited your site and you want to send him a cold email, or like the person the cold email after he visited the site, you can do it automatically using the API. So it could be pretty advanced, it could be pretty simple tool, depending on your needs, depending like how big is your team, how big is your company, and so on. It priced, we'll talk about pricing later, but it priced that you can start like with a pretty small team and a small company, you can use it. But if you need more capabilities, you can, there's not a problem to integrate it into your big stack if you have a big company. So the next tool is an AI extension of this multi-channel flow setup. So basically, everything should describe that you can set up the communication with emails and LinkedIn and so on. So basically, this tool can write down every step of the outreach for you using its generative AI model. And the good thing about this model is that it's pre-trained for the specific tasks. So all of the tools that we're going to be talking about today, they have some sorts of generative AI integrations. That's why I'm picking them up. I need you to understand that you can use general models like GPT-4 or Cloud for generating these outreach campaigns, and people do that. But in order for you to do it with great quality, you need to add different prompting before you start generating them. And this tool only does one task, to generate outreach campaigns. So basically, you don't need to pre-train it, you don't need to pre-prompt it. It saves you time, and it has the data from all of the clients that are using this platform. It has all of the data, and it constantly relearns how to do it better, because all the feedback loop is built inside. So basically, you create the new campaign inside this tool, and you send it with this tool as well. So the tool gets all the information about the conversions, the open rates, everything. So it can feed this data back into its model, and it can improve it. So that's why I think it's really cool. And if you're not doing outreach for 5 years professionally, it's going to be pretty hard to know all the little details about how to word some specific messages, or how to word the titles of the invites in LinkedIn and so on. So there's all different nuances that work and don't work, and also it's changing constantly as well. So it's pretty good. They have it integrated, and I mean, it says it was 100 SDRs. I'm not sure about it, but still, it will save you time, no doubt. The next thing that Lemlist is kind of it's not like one company, it's a group of companies. As you can see, they make a lot of different tools. And one of the tools that they created, it's called Lemworm. So what it does is helps you to reach the inbox using the cold email campaigns much more frequently. So it increases the inbox rate. That's what it's called. As you can see, if you use this tool for your email campaigns, you basically get more responses from the same amount of emails you send. So they sell it separately usually, but if you buy paid version of Lemlist, they don't have the free version really. You can just test it a little bit, but generally, if you want to use it, you need to pay. But if you buy the Lemlist subscription, you also get Lemworm for free. So basically, all your campaigns automatically you can use for them this tool as well to increase the inbox rate for your email campaigns. So it's really nice. I just wanted to mention, I think it's a great value. After you send this communication, you obviously got some responses and you want to send leads that are interested in your product or service down the funnel to the sales team. And for that, Lemlist has some integrations with the most popular CRMs like Salesforce, HubSpot, and Pipedrive. It's pretty much the three most used CRMs in the world. So you should be covered like 80% of the time. But if you're not, they have like the most important integration that they have is Zapier. So Zapier can connect to thousands of different tools. So if you're using like whatever, you can just connect it through Zapier. It's going to cost you a little bit to transfer the data, but still, most of the data is collected in the Lemlist. So all of the outreach, all of the like hundreds of thousands of contacts that you want to reach, all the emails, communication to LinkedIn, like everything is just all stored in the Lemlist. So you don't need to send this data into your CRM and back. So it's not going to be that you have tons of information that you need to send through the Zapier. So it's not going to be expensive. So it's pretty nice. Not too much integrations, but enough for you to work. And lastly, I want to talk about the pricing. So I will go to the monthly pricing. Yearly is obviously you have the better pricing, but not everyone wants to pay yearly. And like at first you wanted to test it out. I think it's best to start with the monthly plan. And if you see that it works for you, then you can switch to the year plan anytime. The price is, I would say, like if you really want to get all the value, I would suggest to just buy the $99 Pro plan. I wouldn't even go to the standard. Doesn't make sense to me because all of the best features are on the Pro plan and it's only like $40 more. So doesn't make any sense. For this kind of pricing, I was checking like a lot of different tools in this segment, and I can tell you confidently that this is a pretty competitive price. So it's really hard to find this set of features all in one tool and get this kind of price. Most of the tools which are competing with this are costing like more, sometimes significantly more. They are more established tools, so it's understandable. But still, I feel like for this price, you can give it a try. And if it works for you, I think it's great. I feel like all the features are very useful that I mentioned. And I hope that you will try and get some new clients for your business. So let's move on to the next tool. But as we all understand, not every business sells to other businesses, and not every business needs to do the email outreach. So next 5 steps that I'm going to show you are going to be universal for every business that uses email marketing. Out of these 5 steps that are left, 4 of them can be performed in only one tool. This tool, usually called email marketing platform. This set of tools usually covers a variety of functionality like creating and managing email sequences, user segmentation, A/B testing, analytics. So the tool that I'm going to talk about next, it's called MailModo. It's an email marketing platform which basically does everything that you need, collecting the contacts into one database, segmenting them, sending the email sequences, the whole pack of email tools that you will need. And also it has some AI features as well. We'll talk about them. This tool is quite new, but it already has great traction with the customers, and it has a lot functionality to offer. So let's dive in deeper into what I think it's most important functionality for this. So the main focus of this tool is creating the AMP emails. Unique proposition. There are a few others or other platforms that allow you to create this kind of emails, but this is really cool. What they do, what's the AMP? AMP, it stands for Accelerated Mobile Pages. It was created originally by Google, and they did it for improving the experience of mobile web users. And this technology was open sourced, so anyone can use it, and to increase the speed of the downloading of their pages on the website. But as of now, this technology now used in the emails. So what it allows you to do is you can create basically an interactive email. So it functions exactly like the normal web page functions. And what it really enables you to do, it enables you to create some unique experiences right inside the email. So basically it's interactive. It can connect with your backend, get any information. You can update the information live, even after you send the email. So it's pretty nice. And you can add they have a lot of pre-built templates that you could use. Basically, it changes how you interact with the email, changes the experience of the users. They do less clicks, which means more conversions, more revenue at the end. Not a lot of the companies use that right now. So if you implement this kind of technology into your workflows, the users will be amazed. So basically, it's just completely new, not really popular, but already quite sophisticated technology because it's based on the open source technology from Google. So it's not like you need to be tested or anything. It works great. You can do some amazing stuff with it. So yeah, get more leads, you see, like lead forms, and conduct surveys right inside the email, get the feedback about your service, engage with them, ask them to ask some questions and so on. So it's pretty nice. So I'm loving it. This function is amazing. So that's one of the big reasons why I think this tool is great. The second big part of this tool is building automated journeys for your communications. It's pretty common, but again, they have a lot of different templates you could choose, not only for promotional mails and campaigns, but also for transactional mails, for if a person buys something in your service or in your product, you can use their templates to automatically send them invoices or some reminders, onboarding processes, and so on. So basically, they have all the usual journeys pre-built. It saves you a lot of time. And sometimes you can forget one or two important steps when you set up it by yourself. So it's cool that they have these templates even to check out how is your understanding of the process related to theirs. Sometimes yours is better, sometimes theirs. So everyone's winning if you're using it. So you see here custom journeys. You can use some conditional logic for triggering these emails and communications. Obviously, you can send any trigger connected through the API to your CRM or whatever system that you're using. So basically, it's quite sophisticated for all sort of things. So yeah, I'm pretty confident that you could use that. You can use some dynamic content in the emails, obviously pulling out some data from your user database, like the name of the recipient or the name of their company or whatever is needed, or the name of the product, etc. So pretty cool. Let's continue to the next big feature. It's obviously segmentation and personalization of your communication. So as you understand, the more precisely you segment your user base, the better you can serve them, give them more relevant information, and basically at the end give better experience and make more money as a consequence. So this tool has all the needed filtration capabilities. You can upload and download the users from your database using APIs, CSV files, doesn't matter, like a lot of different ways you can do that. You can create segments based on user attributes and their activities as well. So not only you can like choose which users received some communications to segment them to different flows of your communication, you also can base your segmentation on any user attribute that you have in your CRM, for example, or any third-party tool. You can just upload this information into this platform and use it as a filter. So it's pretty great, very sophisticated. It also can automatically help you keep your contact list clean. So some of the emails could be not available. They could be like deleted or written wrong or something. You don't want to send the emails and they don't get into the inbox. Doesn't matter the reason. So you wanted your lists of contacts to be clean and up to date. So that's what this feature helps you to do. So yeah, pretty standard, but again, everything that you need, and maybe even more sometimes. So from small teams to the bigger companies as well, they can cover all the bases. Let's continue to the AI tools. They are working on implementing generative AI into their tool, as many others. For now, they have only one tool called subject line generator. So it's pretty self-explanatory what it does. Again, as I mentioned, I think it's good to use some specific tools for specific tasks because they are pre-trained and they do a better job at one specific task than the general model. So you could test it for sure because subject lines help you improve the open rate of your emails. So better open rates, always good. And you can like launch A/B testing right from this tool as well. So generate a couple of versions and test it. It's all integrated, so it's pretty nice. They're also working on two different tools at the moment of recording this video. Maybe when you're watching it, it's already implemented. The first one is called content generator. So basically copyrights the emails for you. For now, I mean, you can use different tools because it's not available. And the other one is template creator. So you can create different templates for different communications in this tool. And they're building a template creator which will increase the speed of you doing this, creating these new templates. Not available at this point, but yeah, I think it will be useful as well. Let's move on to the last section of this tool. It's an analytics section. When you send in the emails, you always want to track the performance of your campaigns. So they have all the standard metrics that you would use integrated and collected from the campaigns, like open rates, click rates, bounce on subscribers, and so on. And you can track on the graphs the trends of these metrics. So it's at a glance, you can see all the basics here. My understanding that this is not the main focus of this platform, the analytics. They have all the bases covered. If you want a deeper dive into your data, you have the ability to export this data through the API into any platform of your choosing where you're collecting the data, and then use third-party BI systems to see to do the granular analysis of the performance of the campaigns. Yeah, and lastly, we'll talk about the price. So they have 3 plans. I would say if you wanted to try it out, I wouldn't go into the first plan. It's too limited. I would start with the Pro and above. I think $99 again. It's not like super cheap. You have cheaper systems, but this one has some really unique features that you could use, and I think overall as a package it's a great tool. They implementing a generative AI as well, all great. So I recommend you to try it out, and also the pricing will depend on the amount of user contacts that you have as well. I've checked different tiers with other tools. I think it's pretty similar, more or less. Like it's not a big difference. It's not like maybe 20% difference either way. So it's not like the main factor. That's it for this tool. Highly recommending it. So check it out. I hope you'll find it useful. So the last tool I wanted to show you is called Hoppy Copy. It's a copywriting tool that specifically trained to write better email. It's pretty nice. Has tons of specific features for email marketing. First one is obviously it has pre-built templates for different types of emails that you would want to write. It has more than 50 now, and they always add more. It supports 35 different languages that you could use. You have templates for outreach campaigns, newsletters, social media as well. And you can change the tone of the email that you use as well. Professional, friendly. I like to sound more on brand. The next feature is sequence generation. It can generate simultaneously a sequence of emails. It looks pretty cool when it does it, because it's simultaneously generating different parts of the email sequence. So you can easily see them all on one screen and tweak them, ask it to write it like better, change the tone, expand on some topics and so on. You can add images, and it can generate images as well. So it's pretty neat if you're using email sequences. I think most of the businesses that are doing email marketing use email sequence. The second cool feature is called spam checker. When it writes a copy, or you use your own copy inside this, it shows you which words could trigger spam checkers in the email systems. You can be sure that there are none of these words used, and you can filter them, change them, rewrite it really quickly. Helps you write better emails, get better inbox rate, like more emails reach the inbox of the targeted audience. The next set of features is dedicated specifically to the task of writing newsletters. So this tool has two features related to this. The first one is just it can automatically generate newsletters for you. It says weekly, but you can do daily, doesn't matter. So it not only generates texts, it also generates images, and you can use your custom images as well. You could plan and write and edit in one. A lot of businesses now utilize newsletters as a channel to deeply connect with your audience and to better understand its needs and segment it better. So newsletters is great. This tool has a competitor tracker for you to track the newsletters of your competitors. Pretty cool. Never seen that. So what it does, it collects on one page different emails from different newsletters that you subscribe, and you can track them, filter them, search through them to monitor what is your competition is doing, and maybe get some new ideas from it. Pretty neat. Very useful when you're working on the content right inside the tool to check out what's going on with your competitors. And lastly, we'll talk about the price. So it starts from $29 per month, US dollars. It is more expensive than using just a general text generating model like ChatGPT or Cloud. 20,000 words generated per month. It's around 40 pages or something. So it's enough for small business, not enough for big one, but you have bigger tiers as well. I would say that the main value of this is obviously a pre-trained model with different templates that you could use specifically for email marketing. So it saves you a lot of time. I feel like if you have a function in your business that works with emails all the time, I think it's a good investment. And also they have templates for other communication platforms like social media platforms and so on. So it's not only for the emails, but it's mainly for the emails. So I think it's pretty cool. Pricing is reasonable, and the feature set is also very neat. So in conclusion, I would say there are many new great tools that utilize generative AI for email marketing. Most of them use it in content creation, which is the obvious use case. And as you can expect, most of the businesses at the moment doesn't use this kind of tools, which can give you the competitive advantage. Generative AI in these tools mainly used for content creation, email generation, title generation, and sometimes generating new images. The main value that I see for using this kind of specific tools for content creation instead of broad tools like ChatGPT is that they are pre-trained for a specific task, so they perform it much better. Overall, I hope you found something new and interesting here, some new tools that you never heard of, some new features that you're just discovering. And I also hope that you now better understand the overall process of email marketing that should be employed in your business. A huge thank you for joining me today. Stay awesome and stay tuned.